Hello, all you wonderful people. It's Lisa, and I thought I'd better check in. It's been a little while, so I want to show you this sweatshirt that I got. It says "No Regrets." I'm just trying out some other merchandise because I kind of didn't like that other one and where it's placed. This one could actually go down a little bit lower. But the more I wear it, the more I kind of like where it's at. So I don't know. And, but I don't know if it's available. This was a test copy I ordered. So I don't know what's going on there. And, really not, well, there's been a whole bunch going on, but not really anything I can talk about. We are, it looks like I'm going to be getting, somewhat of a more or less full-time caregiver that won't necessarily live with us, won't be really full-time, but it'll be somebody that I can grab if something happens, after hours or at night or something goofy like that. So that's really comforting to know, and somebody I've been working with for a while, and they're becoming available. So that's comforting to know there's somebody I can call if it's 9 o'clock at night and all hell's breaking loose, then it helps to know that. I feel like I've been doing pretty well hanging on. Haven't really noticed anything except when I went out to call for the dogs, I called for Lisa. And I'm pretty sure none of our dogs are named Lisa. So Lisa didn't come. Lisa was already in the house. So anyway, with that, I'm still here. And somebody wanted me to talk a little bit more about the shrinking thing, about remembering things that are in there. It's kind of like the old stuff. When you're developing your brain and all that early stuff that you get, everything builds upon it. This is not scientific. This is Lisa-tific. So do not take this to the bank by any stretch of the imagination. But my understanding is like everything builds on top and builds on top and builds on top. Well, my brain is literally shrinking. It's getting smaller. The cells are dying, so it's getting smaller. Well, all those things in the inside down here are still there. Okay, and so like the music's still there, and the last things to go away are the earliest things that you learned. And so I'm not sure what's going on, like with my score going higher. I do not believe that it like rejuvenated this part, but I think it made this part start firing a little better. I noticed that old memories seem more recent. Old memories are much clearer than they were. And that's not really all bad, to tell you the truth, because, there's some precious memories that I've forgotten or haven't thought about for a while, and to have them right there where I can remember them, it's so nice. It's just like my mom's favorite song. Well, she had many favorite songs, but one of her favorite songs when I was little was These Boots Were Made for Walking, and so she would play it on the record player on the 45, and I was a preschooler. I wasn't even in school yet, and she always had boots because, everybody had to have go-go boots and things like that. So she had boots, and I'd go get the boots on, and I'd march through the house when she played that song, and she'd just giggle. And that's just one of my sweet memories of these boots are made for walking, and me stomping around in boots as a preschooler and make my mom laugh. And so that was, things like that. And you can't, that's precious stuff. You can't regret that. You can't regret remembering that stuff. And I'm getting to tell you also, my mom was very much of an activist, and I think I've told you that before. But she was 4'9" and full of dynamite. She liked to wear sexy clothes, and she liked to go dancing. And if she could have been, she would have been a hippie, I do believe, but she wasn't one. She was a baby boomer. But she loved the song Harper Valley PTA, and I heard that the other day. That girl that I was talking about, her name is like, I don't even want to tell you because I'm going to get it wrong. Area, I don't know, but if you go into my playlist of favorites, she reacted to Paradise by Dashboard Lights, and it's the same girl, but she reacted to Harper Valley PTA. I think it was her, and my mom just loved that song and thought that song was a hoot, and I do too. I love that song too, and it was very fitting. And so that I'm gonna let you go right now because my son's getting home. We're gonna go get him a debit card for the first time in his life, and because he has a job and he wants to go Christmas shopping. So we'll see you later in a bit. Bye. Well, you're back. It's the next morning. In fact, the sun hasn't even come up yet, but the sky is a light blue, so it won't be long for it's coming up. But Aiden has to be at work at 7, so we got up at 6:30 this morning, and I brought him to school. And so I just dropped him off and thought I better finish the video. So I was talking about the music and the precious memories that come back, and that's true. There are a lot of things that I'm remembering that I'd kind of forgotten about. Sorry, I just had a strawberry, so I feel like I got a seed between my teeth. Anyway, so it was, it is nice because all those things are clear, and I can tell the new stories that aren't the same ones I've told forever, and that's nice, and I want to continue to do that. As a side note, for those that have made it this far, because it's going to be a short video because I have to go home and go back to sleep. I'm beat. But it's Saturday, and but I've gotten a few comments that are making assumptions about me that I just want to clear up. And one of those assumptions is that that maybe I'm not a Christian. I am a Christian. I have been a Christian since I was since August 8th, 1973, or August 3rd, 1978. How about those numbers getting all over the place? In 78, and I'm of the camp that you live by example. You pray in the closet. You don't beat people over the head with it. And so occasionally I'll refer to it, but most of the time I don't. The people that know me in real life know that I have a strong faith, and so for those of you that are worried about that, please don't worry about it. It's not an issue. I don't think I would be this far or this positive if it weren't for that. And so, not to worry about that. But that's the reason I talk about it. Not because of shame, not because it's not true. It's because that's just part of life. I have red hair, but I don't talk about red hair all the time. You know, I have blue eyes, but I don't talk about blue eyes all the time. And so it's a part of me, and so it's just the way it is. And so So I just wanted to make that clear. I just, for some reason, had a couple comments lately, and I don't know why. But not to worry. All my ducks are in order, so appreciate it. What in the world is going on behind me? It was up there. Maybe it was reflection of it. It must have been reflections of car lights. I think I need to go back to bed. I was having some weird dreams this morning. I was working and working and working. But I had a strange night last night in that I met a master manipulator and I tried to confront him on some things that he's been pulling, and he was able to roll with every punch I gave him. And so it's a scary situation for some kids, and so I want to make sure, because this channel is watched by one of those kids. I love you. You know who I'm talking to. I love you. I am on your side. I believe you. Be careful. Be absolutely careful, because it's a no-win situation in a situation like that. And I'm here if you need me. I'm also here if you need me to make some contact with people in the state north of us. So that's just a little side note and a message to someone that needs to hear it. Right now I can't think of any precious memories because I just really need to go back to sleep. So I'm going to head home, go back to bed, crawl in, get all cozy, and maybe make another video soon. And I know this thing's been all over the place, but it took 2 days to make it, so I can't stay on topic for a half hour, let alone for 2 days. So I just wanted to make that public service announcement and send that message. And I love you all. Thank you so much for following me. I don't know what I'd do without you. It's like it's therapeutic. I also feel like I have an internet family, and I have siblings and mothers and all that kind of stuff, and I so appreciate it. The support is phenomenal. I love it. Keep the comments coming, keep the likes coming, and stick around. Let's see if we can get this channel growing, because I think there's a lot of people that need this community, because even down in the comments, you guys are fantastic. And I don't think they realize I have done now here I go again, another subject. I've done some videos. I did a Alzheimer's Speaks. I don't know if I did the radio thing or YouTube thing, but then I've done Alzheimer's Speaks YouTube channel too. And I haven't been able to do their talks because they do their chats at the same time that I have my therapy appointments. They're on the same schedule. So that hasn't worked out lately. But anyway, the point was, there was in the last video, it was more of the Lori LaPaz talking about, she started Alzheimer's Speaks after her mother lived for 30 years with dementia, and she turned it into her life's work to change it from chaos to comfort. And anyway, so she did a little video and just showed a few things. It was a little short 8-minute video, and so had interviewed this one lady that said that she got on and she binged watched all the dementia talks, because on the dementia talks, it's a forum where we all use Zoom and we stay at home. But she interviewed, there's like 7, 5, 6, 7, 8 people, however many can make it on there, and we pick a topic and then we talk about it. And all the people that are on these calls are people with dementia and are still being very active and being activists. There's some of them that are, calling senators and going to Washington, D.C. or whatever government of whatever country they're in, and trying to make change and starting things. And she just thought that was phenomenal, that, it changed her whole mindset about what dementia was, because she immediately went to the drilling and bedridden, and she didn't realize that there's so many people walking around with it that appear to be doing well, and it gave her new hope. And so I just thought that was the coolest thing, that somebody was able to pick up on that. And so that's what we're here for. We're here to teach people that there is life during dementia. People don't need to run away. People don't need to be scared. It's not contagious, and it could be years before you get to the point where you can't do things anymore. And there's one guy that gets on there every time I've been on there, and he's over 20 years in. He might even be 30 years in, and I can tell little things that he's further along than I am. But as far as, when he gets focused and he tells what his opinion is of it, he's right on. I mean, he hits the nail right on the head, and yay. So I want to be that in 30 years, because in 30 years I'll be 85 years old, and I may have greats by then. So that's a long life. So that live life to the fullest, live life with no regrets, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.